Hello, hello! My name is Callista and welcome back to Pentiment. In the last episode, Andreas said it was time to go and hand in our evidence to the peasants. I completely misjudged how much time we had left. I'm gonna leave the peasants. They can wait. They can wait. I need to confront Hanna. Hello, Master Mailer. Anything I can do for you? Yes, actually, that was some fight, wasn't it? No, nothing. Sorry to bother you. We'll talk about the fight first. Ease her in. That was some fight, wasn't it? Yes, I'm glad it didn't get too out of hand. Samuel is a helpful, if expensive guest to have on hand. No matter now. Fights aren't common in Tassing, but I suppose it was just a matter of time. With Otto's death and all the revolts around, everyone's on edge, especially the pilgrims. Does Martin usually start fights? Everyone seems to have an opinion about that. You were pretty vocal against Otto the other day. You must want a break from all the work sometimes, a way to let off steam. Oh... It's between these. Because this... To be fair, this goes over information we already have. We've been told that Martin gets violent when he drinks. We've been told that, he's got his temper... I say he's got his temper under control. It's not his temper, it's Job's. The real Martin is dead, so of course this guy isn't gonna have his usual temper. People were saying Martin has got his temper under control except when he drinks, so we know this is usual. I kind of want to avoid this because I want to avoid pissing her off. This could piss her off as well. Because this has to be... Oh, you must want a break from all the work sometimes. A way to let off steam. This is... We know. We know what you're up to. This could put her on high alert. Oh shit, does he know? Because we know that she is concerned about us getting into her business. We're hinting that to be honest, I think if I had the option, I'd rather just drop it on her. I don't want to give her any forewarning. I want to pull the rug out from under her. I want to destabilize her swiftly and quickly. I don't want to allow her any time to prepare for the rug pull. So we'll go with this. Lull her into a false sense of security. Does Martin usually start fights? No, not usually. I'd heard he used to be quite the troublemaker, but he's been very kind to Nico and me. Agnes had to bring Kat back around when he came back. She fell into a dead faint. That does sound like Kat. He was a known thief while I was here years ago. Maybe Kat didn't believe it. Maybe Kat didn't believe, oh, my son hasn't come back. My son hasn't come back. Well, I mean, he didn't come back. Rip real Martin. I genuinely don't know if Kat realizes that Martin isn't Martin. Because she loved her son so much. She loved him so much. And here's a guy who looks damn near identical, and he's being kind. He's treating her well. He's treating Brigitte well. He's working the land. He's getting on with everyone. I'm not sure if Brigitte genuinely believes, oh yeah, that's Martin, or if on some level she's like, I don't think that's him, but he's the son I always wanted. He's the son I always wanted, so I'm just gonna ignore all of these red flags and all of these signs that maybe he isn't who he says he is, and I'm just gonna ignore it. Because I want that to be my son. That does sound like Cat. Yes, I can see where he gets his fire from. Let's try that again. Yes, I can see where he gets his fire from, though. He's gotten into shouting matches now and then, but no more than Peter. He's the one I look out for. Interesting. Thank you, Hanna. Anything else, Master Mailer? Okay. I mean, I guess if this is our rug pull, you must want a break from all the work sometimes. A way to let off steam. I don't understand, Andreas. I know what you do by the Roman ruins. I know you're cheating on your husband with Lenhardt, but really, Hanna, Lenhardt? You could do better. Oh. Her husband is right. I know you're cheating on your husband. Well, the husband is... I'm drawn to this one. I'm drawn to the top one. It's an obvious threat, without being too obvious. I know what you do by the Roman ruins. Oh, God. How did you know? Did Lenhardt tell you? I overheard the two of you talking by the old aqueduct. It doesn't matter. It's not hard to figure out. You're the most beautiful woman in the town. It's exactly what I would do if I were... We are nothing like Lenhardt. He is a scumbag. He is... I was about to say Paul and Else deserve a better father and husband, and then Andreas's wife deserves a better husband. And our son is dead. I'm like, oh, maybe we are more like Lenhardt than I first thought. Oh, no, now I feel guilty. Now I feel guilty. Ignore the guilt. Ignore the guilt. Andreas wouldn't think of himself like Lenhardt. Andreas wouldn't. Oh, this would destabilize. This is like a definite, like, oh, I overheard the two of you. These are more like, hey, I'm not telling you. You're gonna have to guess. You're gonna have to think about it. We know that Hanna gets hysterical. We know that when faced with, like, oh shit, there's this kind of ambiguous threat, we know that she panics. It doesn't matter. Does Nico know? Not as far as I know. He will if you don't answer my questions, and not as far as I know. Oh. Thank God, it would ruin my doll husband. I can understand the urge, but why would you risk your happiness for someone like Lenhardt? Why did you do it? Oh. This is kind of getting on her level. I think that would be good. If you come at, like, I don't approve of cheating. I don't approve of cheating. If you've got some kind of, like, ethical non-monogamy going on with your partner, then, like, okay, whatever. That's not my thing, but, like, you do you. If everyone is consenting, like, fair. But when it comes to just straight up cheating, like, that is a hard no for me. If I'm in a relationship with someone and I find out they've cheated on me, no, I'm not sticking around for this. Fuck that noise. You have betrayed my trust. Fuck that. Absolutely not. If you come at a cheater with a, like, oh, I am better than you, like, I am so holier than thou, ba ba ba. If you come at anyone with that vibe, with that aura, it's gonna make them defensive. It's gonna make them go, oh, well, who are you to judge me? Who are you to judge me? But if you come at this from like I've done what you've done. We know Andreas has cheated on his wife. Andreas has cheated on his wife. So he know, like, I've been right where you are. But, like, just tell me about it. I'm gonna empathize, not necessarily judge. I like that. I can understand the urge, but why would you risk your happiness for someone like Lenhardt? Happiness? Why not? He's a handsome man. Strong, forthright. He knows what he wants. A proper man. Not like Nico. Nico is so boring, weak. He avoids taking a stance, avoids making the tough choices. I see. So when it comes to tough choices... What do you mean we agreed with Otto's ideas at dinner? What do you mean we did this? It was that last one, wasn't it? It was that last one. My gut said we should have said, hey, stay out of it. But oh, bastard, but still. If you're willing to cheat, there's no telling what else you could have done. By God, Andreas, are you accusing me of killing Otto? Listen, I've made my mistakes, and I'll atone for them. But being with Lenhardt is the worst of it. I wouldn't kill Otto. I disagreed with the man, yes, but kill him? I even went up to the Rathaus to try and talk him out of opposing the abbot. I have a business and a son to look out for. I want to avoid the violence, not cause more of it. I believe you. You're trying to keep the peace. Oh, God, why has she brought her kid into this? I don't know. We need it to be Hanna. We need it to be her. Because if it isn't, that means it's either Martin or Guy, and both of those choices are going to cause so much violence. If it's just Hanna, Hanna technically stands in no man's land. She isn't part of the peasantry, she isn't one of the monks. If it's Martin, the peasantry will self-implode. That will destroy the village. If it's Guy, that's going to encourage the peasants to burn down the monastery. If it's Hanna, no one gets hurt. If it's Hanna, they go after her, and that's it. It needs to be her. I'll keep that in mind. Please, you have to believe me. I want to protect Tassing. I need to get back to work. Until later, Andreas. Until then. Oh, fuck a duck. This has not made my life any easier. Oh, why did you bring your son into this? Do we want to tell her husband? Do we want to tell her husband? I mean, I did catch that she was at the Rathaus. We knew that she wasn't here because the doctors said, oh yeah, it was the husband and the boy that came out when all the kerfuffle happened. So we knew she wasn't here, but she was at the Rathaus. I find it surprising that she didn't say, like, oh, I was at the Rathaus and I saw this. Because surely she must have seen something. Unless maybe she was the one who found... Who was the one who found Otto's body? There was a scream. Was it a man's scream or a woman's scream? If it was a woman's scream, then potentially it could have been Hanna. She found the body, screamed, people start running, and she legged it, maybe. I never went back to double check who was there when we rocked up to the crime scene. I never went back and double checked. I should have done shit. Fuck it. Hello, Andreas. Can I help you with something? Actually, I'd like to talk to you about your wife. Hanna? What about her? You know she's fucking the miller, Jesus Christ. Do you know what she gets up to over by the Roman ruins? Do you know what she gets up to over by the Roman ruins? Oh, shit. Yes. Yes. Jesus, you can go really hard on this guy. I'm sorry, it must be hard for you, and you're fine with that. Pathetic. I had a thought. They're not exactly peasantry, but they're like average people. Generally speaking, arranged marriages were more among the wealthy. It was like a nobility thing. Blood ties and all of that shit. There really wasn't arranged marriages amongst the peasantry. And her personality isn't going to have just developed like this overnight. Hanna is a domineering woman. She is a domineering woman. Doesn't that speak to Nico's personality? I just find it a little suspect how harsh we can be. Andreas, like, I swear down, Andreas hasn't been consistently harsh with, like, anyone. You could be sassy, you could be occasionally harsh or judgmental. This is oh, do you know that your wife's fucking someone? Oh, you're pathetic. I find it suspicious from a gameplay standpoint that we are getting option after option. Hey, do you want to be a dick to this guy? Do you want to be a dick to this guy? And this is a guy who has married a very domineering woman. Why marry her? She's going to have been like this for a very long time. Probably her whole life. This is like her standard personality. She's domineering. And this guy chose her. But why would Andreas say that? I find this suspicious as the player. But why would the Andreas I have built say this? Why? I've not been playing him as someone who is very, very harsh. So I don't think... I don't think I'm gonna go with this, but I find that suspicious. I'm keeping an eye on you. I'm kind of drawn to the middle one, and you're fine with that. Like, you haven't... She clearly thinks you don't know. So why haven't you confronted her? And you're fine with that. What would you have me do? Drive her out into the wilderness? See her punished by the law? I just don't know what to do. don't really understand her. Hanna said you're weak and boring, lacking in courage and fortitude. Women are mysterious and remain so. I don't often understand my wife either. I don't necessarily want to go for this one. I don't think Andreas likes talking about his wife. I kind of want to set the cat amongst the pigeons. I've been playing Andreas as being more sympathetic. Yeah, this fits more with Andreas's character as I've been playing him. Women are mysterious and remain so. What are we to do? Except that your marriage is going to be miserable. All I know is that something has to change. An unhappy marriage is a wretched way to live. If you think about it, you could just have affairs in return. Fair retribution, I'd say. In my experience, you could just have your own affairs, enjoy life as she does hers. Ooh. How does Andreas feel? I mean, we know that he's had affairs on his wife. Would he be pissed if his wife then went out and got her own lover? I don't think he would. I don't think he would be pissed about that. He's pretty much checked out. If she's got her own lover or lovers, that means she's not nagging him. Yeah. If you think about it, you could just have affairs in return. Fair retribution, I'd say. I can't do that. It's sinful. It'd only be fair. We are getting option after option to be a dick to this guy. Option after option. I feel from... Oh... If there's any chance we could get something out of Nico, I don't think we're going to get it. Because I get the feeling that this is a guy who likes to be dominated. He picked a domineering wife because that's what he's into. But I've not been playing Andreas as someone particularly harsh. I have to go with this. It'd only be fair. Although it's possible you don't have to worry about her for too long. No, nothing there. She's glad Otto died. Did you know that? I'm sure I don't know what you mean. I think you do. Really? She never said anything about Otto to you? Really? She never said anything about Otto to you? No, never. She never did. Now please leave me be. As you wish until later. As you wish until later. Until then. Yeah, I get the feeling that Nico is someone who responds well to being dominated. The fact that we consistently had options to be dickish, to be domineering, like his wife. That's a bugger, but I couldn't. It would have been out of character for the Andreas I've been playing. Oh, well. Now then. Oh, hello there. God bless you, Andreas. God bless you too, Father Thomas. Now, I think they said yes. Troops have arrived. We don't have much time, so let's get this over with. I know some of you are frightened. Some of you want to give up, but we have to see this through. Maybe we can't what we've been fighting for, but we can get justice for Otto. That's right, for Otto, justice! Dad, what about the Duke's soldiers? They've been getting closer all day. I know. That's why we have to do this before it's... Oh, that's why we have to do this now, before it's too late. All we need now is for Andreas to tell us who did it. No more stalling, Andreas. We need to know who killed Otto, and we need to know now. Can Andreas even tell us the truth? Of course I can. Finding the culprit is all I've been doing since you chased the monks into the library. I'll tell you so that justice can be served, not so that you can fulfill your revenge. What? Why now? I didn't lie 7 years ago, and I'm not going to start... No, I don't know about that. We didn't lie. Well, I mean, the evidence led us to conclude it was lucky. We didn't lie about that. But I'm just going to say this. Of course I can. Finding the culprit is all I've been doing since you chased the monks into the library. Peace, peace. If Andreas names the guilty party, they should face the law, not a mob. I'm not debating this, Ulrich. We're out of time. Acting now is the only way to get justice. We can't let anything stop us. A name, Andreas. Just give us a name. We'll do the rest. She made it, everyone! She made it! Rachel gave birth to a baby girl. I want the moms come to see the baby! I like that the baby is bloody. I like that in most hospital shows and things with midwifery, the baby always comes out squeaky clean, and I'm like, where's the blood? Where's the blood? So that's a good detail. Quiet, quiet. Everyone needs to stay back and give Rachel space. Baby has decided, no, I'm in. It's just a baby, it's fine. Yes, Agnes, of course. All is well, praise God. Safe and sound, and a baby girl, Baruch Hashem. With everything going on, with everything that could have happened. God be praised. Thank God. Such a blessing. Thanks be to God indeed. Oh. Oh, he's thinking about, oh God, I've forgotten her name. I've forgotten her name. I'm so sorry. I remember Bert. Shit, I can't remember his wife's name, but he'll be thinking about her. I'm pretty sure that she died either in childbirth or around it, I think. Peter, I'm sorry. I can't keep supporting you anymore. I understand your cause, but I need to protect my daughter and keep my friends safe. Marie, there we go. I've already lost Marie and Bert. I can't bear to lose anyone else. If bowing to the Duke's wishes will protect us, I'll do it gladly. I believe in the cause, Peter, but not at the cost of any more violence. Klaus, we cannot back down now in the threat of violence. This is a stressful time for us all. You're making the right decision, Klaus. Lives are at stake now. This has all gotten so big. This has all gotten so... The Duke's soldiers are right there, and I don't think that Peter is thinking clearly. I don't think he is. He's not thinking about the long-term ramifications. He wants justice for Otto, and it's blinding him to just how much danger they are in. Because those soldiers aren't bluffing. Those soldiers are going to come down here, and they are going to slaughter anyone who gets in their way. Oh, do-do-do-do. He's got a kid. He's got a kid. I'm pretty sure the soldiers said they were only going to kill the men and boys. So his daughter is okay. They're not going to kill a baby, but he's all she has. If he dies, who's going to look after Magdalene? Well, hopefully one of his neighbours would, but, like, still, he wants to be there to watch his daughter grow up. Because a man's not going to be able to do that. Her brother's not going to be able to do that. You're making the right decision, Klaus. Lives are at stake now. Please excuse me, everyone. I need a moment to myself. Maybe he's right. This is too much. Right, what about our safety? Maybe violence isn't the answer. The matter isn't so straightforward. How can you all so easily give up? Because it's gotten too big. It's gotten too big. That soldier said the Duke would consider concessions for the town if we release the abbot. Surely that will be enough. It may be enough to approach the Duke's soldiers, especially if you let the abbot go. The soldiers and the abbot won't listen. We should do this ourselves. No. Now that there are soldiers involved. We need to plan our actions very carefully, and they are not bluffing about being willing to kill. The peasants fighting for their rights, yes, absolutely, big thumbs up. But we've reached a point where it's like, no, we don't have the power here. We don't have the power, and the people who do have power have swords, and they are willing to use them. It may be enough to approach the Duke's soldiers, especially if you let the abbot go. Force will not solve anything. Letting the abbot go and getting concessions is the best solution for everyone, Peter. Letting the abbot go would be justice, wouldn't it? If he's not the one who killed Otto. You townsfolk don't understand. Letting the abbot go won't fix anything. If we can't get the concessions we need, all peasants will starve and die in the end. And then where will Tassing be? Well, I get that. However, the abbot knows the reason why they've been taxing the peasantry so much is because they thought that the abbey was losing money. And we've told the abbot, that's Guy. Surely he will realise, okay, I need to lessen some of these restrictions. Now that I know that he's committing tax fraud, I'm going to throw him out. I'm going to get rid of him. I'm going to, add imprisonment? I don't know. But, maybe it's death for tax fraud in this day and age. I have no idea. But, Guy's going to be dealt with. And then they're going to realise, oh, the abbey's doing a lot better than we thought it was. We can loosen some of those restrictions. And if that doesn't happen, then, again, we fight for our rights. But, again, there are soldiers. There are soldiers here, dude. I am on your side, but it's gone too far. It's gone too big. If we can't get the concessions we need, all peasants will starve and die in the end. And then where will Tassing be? Besides, Otto's death needs to be vindicated. Don't walk away from this now, Ulrich. I have not swayed from the cause, Peter, rest assured. But Ulrich, this isn't your fight. Gret, it is moral and Christian to stand with the peasants. I cannot do otherwise. Damn you all, such behaviour is reckless and cruel, especially right now. Get out, all of you. Let Rachel rest. Yes, Agnes, we'll go now. Andreas, we're not done. We must still find justice for Otto before the Duke's soldiers arrive. And I am going to bring this episode to a close right here, as I have gone over time. In the next one, I'm concerned. I'm deeply, deeply concerned about everything. This is... Oh no, this isn't going to go well. This isn't going to go well. But until then, please remember to like if you enjoyed, leave a comment below, and if you wanted to subscribe, it would be very much appreciated. I've been Callista. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next episode.